It is rolling whenever you guys are ready.
All right. Hey, this is the phone tap with Unc and the Burnouts. This is episode 8. Today we're going to talk about some shop stories that happened in the shop. Most recently, last night.
Oh, yes.
I get a call from one of our employees saying that someone just took a vape pen and ran out the door. So I had him call the cops because it's got to be written down somewhere just in case something happens later on.
We did not gift that to him.
Yeah, there was no gift. I will,
I
however...
think the biggest gift of that was watching that dude's goofy-ass fucking run.
I was just about to say that. When I went and checked the video, it was more funny than anything. I mean, it sucks that anybody would try to take anything from us because, I mean, we'll bless you. I mean, all you have to do is say, hey, I'm a little short, I can't afford something, I'll give you a joint. At least, you got something to smoke.
Yeah.
But, I checked the video and I watched the whole thing and, he takes the cart and he doesn't even run out the door. It was like
Almost he stumbled out the door.
Yeah, kinda.
Now picture this. Oh, he was probably maybe 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah,
Yeah.
big
Tall,
boy.
skinny kid. Guy, actually. He's 27.
Big boy.
Looked like he was a kid.
Yeah.
He had the employee do all kinds of things like checking out different kinds of bud, and he literally waited for him to just back up out of arm's reach, and he took the thing and walked out the door. I don't say run because there was no running involved whatsoever.
Not at all.
He more like stumbled, almost fell.
But the funniest part about it was the employee's reaction on the camera. He just kind of looked up and was like,
Fuck.
okay.
What the fuck?
Grabbed his phone out of his pocket and
Started making phone calls.
Yeah.
there was no like, hey, what the fuck are you doing or anything. He was just like, okay.
Well, did you
I mean, I don't expect anyone to run out after anybody, especially over something stupid like that.
No, I
but-
was right on it. We got him within, what, an hour?
Not even.
Yeah.
Oh,
The most
man.
fuck part was he came back
Oh my
and tried to
god.
apologize. Like, can I buy a $5 joint? Like, no, get the fuck out of here, bud.
Dumbass, man. So that was a funny
Wonders of
story.
post-production.
And then we had a couple weeks ago, we had a
Love that, dude.
disgruntled customer who's been kicked out of here once before. I'm not going to mention any names because if he's listening to the podcast, he knows what kind of a dumbass he is.
I think where he's at, he's probably not.
Yeah, I don't think they have podcasts in jail.
Hey, if he's in minimum security, he can get online.
Yeah, yeah.
But here's the story on that. Comes in here after I've already kicked him out once for basically the same thing. I let him come back because he was telling some of our employees that he missed our fire sticks, which are our pre-rolls with the half a gram of hash in them. So I was like, all right, he can come back. It's been a little while. Maybe he learned his lesson. As soon as he started coming back, I started getting vibes that he was only trying to come in when I wasn't here. I literally saw him lip the words, oh, fuck, when I saw him pull in the driveway when I was sitting in the parking lot. I was in the office and I heard him bitching about the prices. Now, I heard one of the employees tell him that, today this is $15 Friday. All these $15 stones are in one spot, so we're not just taking them all out of the case. And he wanted, I'm not exactly sure, what was it, Frank? He wanted...
I think he wanted the 30 and he was looking at the $40 stones because we had moved things.
Yeah, because that was the one we changed up. So
We had all those really, really pretty ones.
Yeah, that's right. Because we did get.
And we
some
dropped some of the
exceptional
other ones.
Yeah.
And I just heard him complain about the prices again. So I walked out of the office outside and I just told him, you know what, just don't come back, man. Go find somewhere else. And it immediately jumped on, fuck you, you know, just running his mouth like he did the first time, and I let him go. So he's outside in the parking lot screaming and yelling, top of his fucking lungs, and telling people not to go in here because it's not, the stones aren't any good, and
They're all
So
fake and bullshit.
an employee and I went outside, and he just kept running off at the mouth, and the employee just kind of went and, you know, they told him, get the fuck out of here, you know, like you're just causing a problem for no reason. And, well, one of our customers went to go punch the guy, and he was standing in his SUV at the top of the SUV, so he couldn't reach with his punch. And he just turned around, and first thing he saw was a pumpkin sitting on the steps. And then you just see the pumpkin going full speed
the camera.
right across the camera. And yeah, so I mean, he got assaulted with a pumpkin, but I haven't seen the guy since, the guy who threw the pumpkin, but I'd like to thank him anyways. So he, the guy who got hit by the pumpkin, went next door and called the cops. And he, instead of approaching the cops in a good manner when they pulled up, he went to them yelling and screaming, and immediately the cop was like, all right, stop what you're doing. He was like, man, I just got assaulted with a pumpkin. What do I do? He's like, well, where are you at? Are you injured? He's like, yeah, I'm injured. I want to go to the hospital. And he lifts up his right side of his shirt and goes, oh, no, it's on this side. And the cop shines his light on the guy's stomach, and there was no mark or anything there. And he said, do you want me to call an ambulance? He called the ambulance, and he wouldn't go with the ambulance unless they arrested the guy who threw the pumpkin at him. They ended up arresting him because he had a warrant in a different state. So, long story short, he called the cops on himself, and he was on his way to Missouri with no weed.
Yeah.
All because he was upset about a few bucks.
And now he has to go to Mile High down the street.
No. He's probably still in Missouri.
Yeah, oh yeah.
We don't know what the warrant was for, but I guess...
I heard something about child support, so...
Yeah, yeah, that does strike me as weird. Guy claimed to be all about family and whatnot, and then the cop says, yeah, it looks like you've had a warrant. I'm sorry, people. I went outside and smoked a cigarette. You know, guys sitting in my parking lot while I'm working. I'm kind of curious as to why they're not leaving. They stayed outside for like 2.5 hours, and I figured something was going on. So I fucking walked outside. I was like, why are you guys still here, basically? And while I was standing there, I heard them say that he had a warrant for 13 years of unpaid child support.
Oh, boy. You know, in the whole thing, though, I felt bad for
So
the woman he was
basically,
with.
so what I'm saying here is I don't understand how you can just pick up and abandon a child for 13 years and then think it's okay.
No, the funniest part of this
And
is...
then you call the cops on yourself.
Before he calls the cops on himself, I followed him outside and asked him... This guy had long hair for the longest time. He shaved it all off, and I said, why'd you shave your hair? Do you got lice? And his response was, no, it's because I'm racist.
With
And-
his black girlfriend in the car.
Yes, he
And
had
he has a black
mixed
son.
girlfriend.
I-
Oh, he does? I didn't know about that.
Yes.
I
What?
Yes.
I
How
felt-
is he mentally ill?
Yes.
I was gonna say,
God, what is wrong with you?
out of everyone, I felt bad for her in the interaction because she came in with him.
Yeah.
Everything was good.
She was trying to apologize for his behavior the whole time. And
she
I was
tried
just
to-
like, I'm sorry. I can't. Not
Yeah,
with him. Not today.
Yeah, I think she was the one that helped us actually get him out of the store, and then he goes and pulls that bullshit right in front of her. It's like, really?
I mean, she was pretty pissed off at Steve for, all he did was tell her to turn her lights on so she didn't get pulled over and... Go fuck yourself! Go fuck yourself! That's all she kept saying. So...
Listen, some people can't be helped. Okay? That's just how it is. Some people cannot be helped.
I cannot find a damn poker to...
Save your life? You want my piece of weed stem?
No, this should work.
It's long enough.
It's
not thick enough.
I found a pen.
He found a pen, people. It is. Oh, excuse me. That was a good one. Sorry, I had a migraine this morning. Migraines suck. I recommend sleeping with edibles. You usually wake up and you're still high and your head don't hurt. I'm just saying.
You can find those at Buds and Studs. Treats.
Yes, you can. Oh my God.
Insert commercial here.
Yes, please. Thank you. And we'll be right back from this wonderful commercial made by Filthy Sounds Productions. Oh, look at that. The Filthy Goblin himself made me a commercial. Oh my God. Okay, here you go. Treats, exclusively at Buds and Studs, 2119 Grand Central Avenue in Horseheads, the area's premier adult gift shop. Treats, the munchies that give you munchies.
It almost sounded like Savannah.
Actually, yours so far is the one that's gotten the most play.
You hear that, people? I get a lot of play.
I'm bringing it back in right at that point. Remember, we're on a break right now, technically, till we cue it back in.
No, this is going in the release. I like this too much.
Hey, you guys got any shop stories?
Several. Where you want me to start?
I think I'm gonna go with what we were talking about earlier in the day. I don't think you were down for this. There was this older guy who came in. He was wearing a mask. He wanted to look at our top shelf, right? And he's like, all right, what can I get for $60? So I'm weighing it out and whatnot, and I give him about 4.5, being a little generous for $60. And he starts getting a little pissy about it. I'm like, dude, this is our top shelf. I'm giving you 4.7 for 60, which is, we probably do less than a gram for about 20. And he's still throwing a fit. And, you know, I'm being stern about it. I wasn't upset by this whole thing until he opened his fucking wallet. He pulls out 320s out of a side fold. He has at least 3 to 4 grand in brand new $100 bills in his billfold. And he's pissing about getting an extra probably 0.5 grams for the price he's paying.
Yeah.
Like, no, he still took it, paid for it, and left.
Well, you know what they say, right? You know, rich people did not get rich by being generous.
No, there is a difference between rich people.
I'm pretty generous. I mean, I'm definitely not rich. But...
Right.
I know another guy, I'm actually not going to use his name, but he made, surprisingly enough, one of the most iconic Corningware designs. This dude's a multi-millionaire. You wouldn't know it. He doesn't act like it. He doesn't spend money.
That's the difference. He didn't come from money.
No, he didn't. The other
When
guy
you
probably did.
come
See, now
from
when you
money,
don't spend money, though, that's different. Like,
yeah,
you can't...
But no, this guy's got the budget.
you can be
to where
frugal
he
without
could-
being a dick.
Yeah, he's not a dick. He doesn't flaunt it, but he's probably got more money at home than that guy has probably ever smelled.
Well, what
And
I'm
he's not a
saying
dick.
is the fact that, like...
I think it's more the person than what you have.
You can't die with it. Or, I mean, you can't...
You can't take it with you when you
Yeah, like...
Fuck it.
Spend it. Like, maybe not on yourself, but spend it, you
Or
know?
pass it
Let
on. I mean, but don't be a. I think that's ultimately it. Don't be a fucking dick.
I need to save it right now.
I mean, I'm only 45 and I've already got a will, you know? Like,
I
it's
probably should make one up at some point too.
So I'm 32 right now, and I'm saving it for the time being so that I can spend it to make more of it, to
I
make
mean,
a better
that
life for
makes
my
sense,
kids.
But I mean, when you've
That's
got
what you're supposed to do
millions,
with
though,
money.
when you've got millions,
Oh
you don't
yeah,
really
go
need
have
to
some
save
fucking
it.
fun. If you got $1 million in the bank and your ass hasn't at least been on one beach this year, you're a fucking idiot.
Unless you don't like beaches.
Oh yeah, I mean if you'd rather go to the mountain, go snowboard and do that, but you know what I'm saying.
Ooh, that
If you
reminds
got
me.
$1 million in the bank and you ain't taking a vacation, you're a fucking idiot.
That
Life is
reminds
not
me, man,
all about
I am
work.
going skiing a couple times this year at Great
Yeah.
Peak. I'm gonna try it.
My bank account doesn't even have a comma in it, and sometimes I take a vacation.
I've never had a vacation.
I mean, it's not like a real vacation, but it's what I can afford. You know what I'm saying? You know, I get out of town for a couple days, you know, and stay at a campsite.
Honestly,
it's a couple bucks.
Sometimes those staycations are important, man. Like just to,
No, I'm
to
kinda-
get caught up on stuff. and-
I've never gone out of town taking a
No, he means like not
Staycation.
working for
Like
a
not
week or
working
so.
and staying
No,
home.
not even that. The most that happens is Des and Rio go places, like visit family and whatnot. When they're not home, I work. I shit you not, I spent all my free time doing this.
Frank's constipated right now. If you can hear that.
Explains why Rob's so high strung. He needs a vacation. You want to send this man on a vacation?
I can't, well, you know me, I can't sit still for 5 minutes. I try to.
That brings me to my next point. Disclaimer. This is not an advertisement to do drugs. Can somebody get me some ketamine so I can send this guy on a vacation? I'm just kidding, people. Don't actually bring me ketamine. It was a joke.
That is.
This is a problem with
Ketamine's that shit that'll knock you the fuck out. I was gonna, spike his drink and then send him to the mountains. Is that a vacation or like torture? Because then he's gotta find his way back.
I probably think it's because I'm an over-obsessed, like, workaholic. I just love what I do so much. I've been obsessed with it for 20 years.
Well, that's different right there. You know, the old saying is, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life.
That's why
Yeah.
I'm still retired.
I was gonna say, I think since we started this, I haven't really felt like I'm working at all.
I retired 5 years ago. Mostly because of health issues, but
You know.
You'll have that on bigger jobs.
some of the smaller ones too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I got a story that's not someone being a dick. Well, I was kind of being a dick, but it was an accidental being a dick. So, I was in the shop the other day, and it was just me and Joyce. And we were sitting here talking. We were talking about this one customer that comes in that's always all over Steve. And like, not like all over him, but like clearly throwing herself at him like she wants him, and he's
Is
just
that
like, no.
the girl that showed her boobies?
No, it's the one that used to work here. I won't use names.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, so she always is throwing her, and Steve's just like, no.
I was
So,
gonna say though, you really gotta specify. It's fucking Steve. Come on.
yeah.
Steve does not have any discriminations.
No, Steve, yeah. But he's got a girlfriend now, and, you know.
Baby on the way.
Baby on the way, so he's doing better. He's not,
He might settle down and
Yeah.
He's definitely grown up and matured a lot.
Right. But before he was with her, he was with this other girl that comes into the shop every once in a while, okay? So,
Wait, is it the one we both know?
yeah.
The one from.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, before Steve got a job here, before he was with his girlfriend, he was with her, and then she happened to get a job here. And basically, she just throws herself at him every time that she comes in and Steve's just like, no, I
But
have a
if Steve's
girlfriend.
girl's listening, he is a good boy and
Yes.
stays away from her.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. He really does. He's just like, no, I've got a girlfriend. Just no, no, no. And she does the same thing every time. And, he tries to be nice because she comes in and she spends her money at our shop and whatnot. But it's just like, no. And then Joyce, me and her were sitting around and, I mean, let's be serious. Steve just attracts women. He's tall. He works
he's a pretty
out.
boy.
You know what I'm saying?
He's young.
Yeah, he's young. He just attracts women. So women constantly, are into Steve, and Steve's just like, no, I'm taken. No.
Yeah,
But he does this all the time. One of the girls that was also working in the shop was kind of interested in Steve, and Steve basically had to batter away with a stick. He was like, no, like, go fuck yourself, basically. So one day, me and Joyce are talking, and it's just me and Joyce in the shop. And she's asking me why that other girl is like that when she comes in here. And I said, oh, well, it's because she used to be with Steve, and she wants to be now, but she can't be, and she's trying to get him back, but it's not going to work.
She wants to be with everyone.
Yeah, that girl kind of wants to be with everyone. But that's neither here nor there. Anyway, and Joyce was like, why would he be with her? And I was like, well, she fit the requirements. And
She does have a really nice booty. I will say that.
yeah, and I go, she fit the requirements at the time. And I completely forgot that the other girl was sitting on the floor, like being totally quiet. The one that was interested in Steve, she was sitting on the floor being totally quiet into her own fucking thing. And at that exact moment, she chimes in, which were? And I was like, oh, fuck, I forgot you were sitting there and you like Steve. Oh, shit. Oh, and I was like, I'm gonna go have a cigarette now.
Which were what? I lost.
Oh, Joyce chimed in. She was a whore. Yeah, because me and Joyce just kind of looked at each other like shocked. We forgot she was sitting there. Me and her both forgot she was down there. And Joyce was just like, I was just like, and Joyce was like, she was a whore. First thing she could think of. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. I was like, I'm going to go have a cigarette, guys. It was bad. It was bad. By the way, before we release this, we need to get Steve's permission before this goes online.
I mean, I don't think we'll have a problem.
It is kind of personal, though.
I mean, it's personal to the point that he's
You two,
a
I'm
fucking
sure.
pretty boy. I mean,
You
the
two, I'm
life
sure
and
he
times
wouldn't
of a
care that I
pretty
told
boy.
that story to, but to millions of people, gonna need his permission.
I hope millions of people.
Well, I mean, if one person listens to it 1,000,000 times, it's 1,000,000 people to me.
To the algorithm, it is too.
Exactly. Go start spamming our link, people.
Which
No, I'm
reminds
kidding.
me,
I'm kidding.
not
Don't
to
do
go
that.
off topic, but I literally saw an article about does your phone listen to you? And I started reading the article, and it didn't quite explain it to me in a way that I could understand. Not that I'm stupid or anything, but they were really, it was like a technological, like explaining it that way, and I didn't understand. So I Googled it, and
You Googled her Yahoo?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't even know if it was Yahoo, but the story, I Googled it to see if your phone really listens to you, and it does.
Yeah, they actually, it does it for multiple purposes. I learned this in one of my business and marketing classes too. But you ever wonder why you start talking about something and then shortly after you see advertisements for it? That's why.
Yeah, well, that's what
That's how
that's
they-
what the good part about it was. But I guess you can shut that shit off on your phone.
How?
There, when I Googled it, it actually shows you what to go to and all that
shit.
too. But in the same token, like it explained in the article that it's a good thing because like in some aspects you're looking for something. So if you're looking for that specific thing and you're talking about it, they're sending you information on different aspects of what you were looking for. So you don't have to go and look it up yourself, or if you do go look it up yourself, you can go based on that platform. Did you like that platform, or did you want to go to another one?
Yep. And that's all you also how you get advertisements for different like stores, different brands.
No, I understand all of that, but who gets your attention? If you don't mind me asking.
I mean, it's the people that have
The money to pay
the
for
marketing people.
the money to pay for it. So it's the people with the money that are getting what you're talking
Well,
about
I mean,
and putting
yeah,
their shit
technically
in
you
front of you.
could. Buds and Studs could do that. They could, anytime that somebody's talking about weed, enter our commercial or advertisement in there, and it'll bring that up
Yeah,
every
that's
time.
kind of how it works. Like a good real world application of it. Remember before it was all legal and whatnot, and you just happened to hear people talking about it, and then you'd segue and be like, "Oh, hey, by the way, I sell this." That's kind of how it works on like a digital end.
Yeah, that's true.
So like, I heard you talking about this.
So your
Funny
phone's sitting
thing.
there. So your phone's sitting there going, "Hey,
Remember
you
the thing
were,
you're talking about?
yeah."
Here it is.
Sitting there talking about beanbags a minute ago, right?
Here it is. Here's 10 different prices.
And different beanbags. Do you need them
From
for
3
cornhole
different
or?
suppliers. I really hope you don't need beanbags for cornhole. Wait, we're talking about 2 different things here.
Yeah, cornhole is a game that you use beanbags.
Oh, I know.
Again,
I mean,
that all depends on
don't
what
You
shove
also need
beanbags up
beanbag-
your cornhole.
Again, if you're into that.
Context. Context
Hey, look
is
that up,
everything.
Frank. Why do they call that a cornhole? Everybody knows when you eat corn, what happens.
It don't digest, people. It comes right out
your
the hole.
cornhole.
Oh my god. Do you want the real definition or would you like my definition?
I got a funny
good
story.
bars?
It's not a shop story though. I may have
Okay.
told you this already, but I didn't tell the listeners. A friend of mine, we went out. I can't remember. It was a school dance. I was still in high school. We took these really nice girls out for dinner. It was a pretty decent, expensive restaurant. And my boy was trying to be, like he was smart. So he's going through the menu, looking at everything. And the server comes up to the table and asks if we can put any appetizers in. And he looks at the menu and he goes, "Yeah, can I have the horsey ovaries?" Even the girls were like, "Dude, that says hors d'oeuvres." So, needless to say, we never got our horsey ovaries that night.
You really want horse D ovaries?
If anybody knows how it's spelled, it's got the...
Hors d'oeuvres.
I believe it's French.
I believe it's funny as fuck.
Yes, sorry, I like my ovaries.
Oh,
Extra.
I got another one.
My ovaries extra
I like
bloody,
my ovaries.
please.
I like them ovaries and not scrambled. Thank you.
If they're horse D, they're definitely
I'll take
scrambled ovaries.
my ovaries missing, please.
Those are the best kind.
Oh boy.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I never let him live that down. Whenever I see him, I still fuck with him about that.
That reminds me of the fruit parade. Oh, can I get
They had
another
a
fruit
soda
parade?
the other day. I found that it said fruit puree soda, and I was gonna get it for Dan because it had a train on it, and it looked like like it was a parade. So.
Yo,
I got another funny Dan story. Go ahead, though.
I'm back into the shop story. I was in here working in the shop one day, and this guy comes in, and I don't recognize him, but I do. And I'm like, where the fuck do I know this guy? You know, and he's one of our regulars, and then he starts working on our fucking computers for us. I'm like, where the fuck do I know this guy? Where the fuck do I know this guy?
Internet guy.
Oh,
I sell him,
Webpage guy.
you know, I sell him stones all the time. Me and him sit here and smoke blunts and every time when like he's here. I know this guy, but where the fuck do I know this guy from, right? Go to a family reunion with my wife. Get out of the car, start walking towards the family reunion, look over, go, oh shit, who the fuck, what? And turn right the fuck back around, and we went and sat down. Was like, are you kidding me? None of her family know I smoke weed. None of them. Except for the 3 that I,
Smoke with?
smoke with in the shop. But I knew I recognized them from somewhere. Couldn't fucking put my finger on it, but then I was like,
Wait, weren't they, if I remember right, weren't they just as surprised to see you?
actually, believe it or not,
You remembered?
he did not recognize me at the family reunion.
Really?
None of them recognized me because I wasn't here in the shop standing
that's
behind the
weird,
corner.
Too, because if anybody
Right?
who knows Frank, he's a recognizable
Right.
guy.
And then he comes into the shop like 3 weeks after the reunion. And I look at him and I'm like, yeah, I'll let Stephanie know about that later. And he goes, what? And I said, yeah, my wife, your cousin. And he says, oh shit, you're Frank. And I was like, yeah, bro. And he goes, dude, I never put 2 and 2 together. I was like, we walked the kids down to the playground, just me and you, took all the kids to the playground to let them play, and you didn't recognize me? He goes, I never would have noticed if you never said something.
Potheads.
Fucking stoner. I was like, bro, you're my cousin-in-law. Like, no lie.
He's a good guy, though.
He is.
What's his name? I don't know.
Eddie.
Eddie.
He does really good web design. Made it really
he
easy for
definitely hooked our
Scotty,
website
who
up.
does not have a technical brain at all, can update our web design, our website. He can update our website in about 15, 20 minutes. And this is Scotty, okay? You can't keep him focused on a task for more than 5 minutes. Unless he's smoking. Then he's focused on smoking and not giving a Dutch bag. By the way, this is on you, Rob. It went out.
Thanks.
All right, my story about Dan. This is funny. This has actually just happened this weekend.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
They went to a rave this weekend in Tampa. And of course they're drinking a little bit, and Dan's girlfriend smoked cigarettes. She went outside of the club to smoke, and she tripped and fell. The bouncers thought that she was too drunk. They wouldn't let her back in the club. She wasn't drunk. She was just being Pam. She's clumsy and tripped.
Yep.
And
I mean, she might have been a little tipsy, but she wasn't drunk.
Yeah. So Dan, backtrack for a little bit. Inside the club while they were dancing and stuff, Pam had removed Dan's shirt. So when Pam got lost, or when she wasn't allowed to come back into the studio, or into the club, Dan sees her outside, so he goes outside to see what's going on. No shirt on. I mean, they're in Tampa, so it's probably like 70 degrees out.
Maybe 80.
And
They said it was hot.
he tries to go back in the club, and they won't let him back in because he doesn't have a shirt on. So, being Dan, I love the idea. Like, I probably wouldn't have thought of it. I would have like looked for a store or something. But it was at nighttime. I'm sure they probably were closed. So Dan goes to a restaurant nearby. There was only, I guess, one couple in the restaurant. And he goes up to the guy and says, "Can I buy your t-shirt?" Explains to him what's going on, why he needs to buy the t-shirt. And the dude goes, "Yeah, I mean, it's a $40 t-shirt I bought." And Dan's like, "Well, I'll give you $60 for it." Okay. And the guy goes, "All right, that's fine, except for it's a small." I don't know if you guys know Dan. He's a big guy.
He's not small.
He probably used to wear a small in like 4th grade.
Not even. He wore a men's size small.
Well, that's what this was, a men's size small. So Dan, being him, says, "I don't care. I just need the shirt till I get back in the club." So he buys a small shirt, fits it on, and gets back in the club with the small shirt. I hope they take pictures of it because I want to see that.
Yes. I want fat guy in
I think I'm just gonna go
little
buy him a
shirt.
small shirt just so we can take pictures of it.
I want to see him try to put it on.
Right, I
Let
can't
alone
believe
just
it,
get
dude.
it.
I can't believe it didn't choke him. Like for real,
while
he's got
he
a big
was-
neck.
While he was after he got through the bouncers, they let him back in. He was ripping the shirt off of him and ripped his 2 chains off too. So got pissed about that. I mean, I would have too, but
Yeah.
man, Gabby really destroyed this thing, didn't she?
The hands are on the other side.
Where's the foot?
Missing 2 hands and a foot. Fuck. Sounds like a diabetic gremlin.
We are running a short episode today, guys, just because there's a lot of stuff that needs to be done. I'm glad we could have this kind of episode, though, and I do want to definitely talk about some of the local businesses. I'm trying to find the business that's right next to us. While I do that, Rob, can you talk about the studio and everything? It's all open and let people know like what's available, what we can do for them.
Yeah, we can kind of just do, I guess, all-purpose audio production, if you will. I have experience recording instruments, people. I can mix. We can master. I can make audio commercials. I've done one so far for Buds and Studs, Treats, Treetop, which you'll hear all of those actually in these episodes, and one for Filthy Sounds. The only one that's not done and released yet is Buds and Studs, just because Dan is hard to get here and get focused. But
if we need to, I can always
we
push something out so we're not.
can also offer like writing sessions. Say someone writes a song and they only like have one skill set as a musician. I have multiple.
So
They could come in and actually work with me and flesh out the rest of the song.
So say I was like an acoustic guitarist and I'm just sitting there strumming my guitar and singing a song and I need a bass player. I can call you?
Yep.
What about if I need someone to sit on my drum set for a day?
I don't have a real drum set here, but I can make real drum patterns and samples.
Nice, okay.
Worst case scenario, I can actually outsource that. I do know a couple people. Reliability at the moment, I'm uncertain of. That's kind of why I work by myself, but
So,
I'm sure I could outsource it too.
so you would have everything basically except a live session drummer.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Also, I also want us to kind of be able to offer film scores for independent filmmakers, because I have that as a skill set too. I've been doing that on and off for about fuck, actually about 12 years.
Not right now, bro. We're busy.
Oh, damn. And also, like we're doing here right now, podcast recording.
Can you do on-site podcast recording?
At the moment, not as well as I'd like,
Are you trying to upgrade your capabilities to be able to do that?
of course.
Awesome. So let us know when you can do on-site podcasting, and maybe we'll be a trial run. We might go somewhere and do something on site.
Yeah, we could.
I'm definitely down with that. That would make it exciting.
Yes. Go somewhere fun, somewhere that would allow us to record a podcast.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, maybe we could set up a booth at one of the Harvest Fests, say, and, like the one we were supposed to go to. Maybe we could go to one of those and set up a booth at one of those and record a podcast at something like that. Maybe one of the cannabis conventions that are around New York State. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We would have a little bit of background noise, I'm sure, but I'm sure our listeners wouldn't mind hearing the crowd. We're all the same people, right?
Yeah. And we don't discriminate on genre. We're not particularly going to specialize until, like, say we grow to the point I could hire people that specialize in certain things. Then there would be specialization, but all genres are welcome.
No. I prefer to rephrase that for you. If you hired on people that specialize in those genres, they would specialize in the genres, but you yourself have said it multiple times that you work with all genres.
Yep.
Yes.
I mean,
So there will always be someone here at Filthy Sounds that can work with all genres, but we are hoping to get specialists to work with specific genres.
at some point, yeah. Like, ultimately, I want to be able to welcome everyone. At the end of the day, though, I'm a death metal musician. I make extreme metal. But, as you guys have seen over the course of the last few weeks, I can make just about anything. Because I'm just a musician.
Music
Is music.
is music.
We all draw from the same notes, the same tools, so it's just presentation that's different. That's it.
But, well, that's pretty cool. Definitely.
Actually, we are hiring someone for marketing and sales.
It's
Not
mostly
just,
commission.
right. It's not just for the studio. It's for the shop. It's for treetop landscaping. It's for treats. It's
Multifaceted.
you will be answering phones, doing
Cold calls.
Yes.
colon calls.
Yes, that's where you sit down and you let the doctor answer your rectal questions, I guess, if you will.
Sounds pretty shitty to me.
It's a shitty job, but somebody's got to do it.
Yep. Not me.
But anyway, if you guys want to, I got a stoner trivia segment.
Aren't we on a crunch this episode?
Actually, I can just if you want to finish up, Frank, you can.
Yeah, but then we don't have anybody to play. We'll save these questions for next time.
Oh yeah.
'Cause
Oh.
I'm useless at stoner trivia.
I got a listener one then. If we're not going to play in shop, we'll send one out to the listeners, all right?
Wrong one.
Wrong button, people.
Ready?
Yep. All right. Now, if you were listening to any of the previous podcasts, you probably already have the answer to this. What is the most common terpene found in cannabis and the second most common terpene found in nature?
I don't even know the answer to those.
All right, that's it.
All right.
Huh?
There was one more thing I wanted to talk about. Today is that frisbee golf tournament that we talked about.
It's
Yeah, right. It's raining hard today, so I don't know if they're able to do anything, but that is out in Crystal City. Sandbagger Classic. It's disc golf. It's today from noon to
Yeah, we were
4, I think.
we were hoping to be in attendance, but there's not enough people at the shop to go.
We're a little short-handed, so.
Yeah.
I'm just a little short.
He ain't lying. You can barely see over the counter.
Isn't that why I got the step stool?
Yeah.
Oh, what else?
It's also why we bought Steve the chair.
It's
Oh.
better when Steve's here because then he can just pick me up.
Excuse me. Our local business that I wanted to promote today. Their names are. Where do I have it? It's called the Slot Car Club of the Twin Tiers. Their address is 217 Grand Central Ave. It's right next to us. So if you are here on a Wednesday or Friday, because they only do their things on Wednesdays and Fridays. I'm not exactly sure the hours. I'm trying to check right now, but it's not giving me the hours. It's in the evening because we always see him back there. I've been in there. I've talked to the guy. He's a really nice guy. You can buy your car, design it however you want to. They have, I think, 3 huge tracks in there. It looks fun. I'm gonna actually give it a shot one of these times, probably in the winter. But
Yeah, when we ain't got much to do, why not? It's right next door.
check it out. Like I said, 2117 Grand Central in Horseheads. And the name is the Slot Car Club of the Twin Tiers. They do have a Facebook page.
And if you need to know how to get there, people, just look up Buds and Studs, and when you get here, it's the next building over.
So come by a joint stone and go over and race some cars.
Hell yeah!
Oh yeah, this is that thing I was telling you guys about. This Mesmerica. It's at the Corning Community College.
Oh,
It's like a laser light show thing.
Oh, no shit.
I got tickets to it. I'm gonna check that shit out. Let me see where it is. Dang dates. Let's see. It looks awesome though. It's like a laser light show. Has all kinds of
Obviously, music set to it, right?
yeah. It is the 14th, the 21st, the 28th, and the 22nd of October, and then it's the 4th of November.
Oh, you just reminded me.
Mine's the 28th. I got tickets for the 28th.
You just reminded me, Unc. I need to go and get tickets because I'm doing that pedal car thing. I'm going up to, I'm either going to go upstate to the northern Adirondacks or down to the Hudson Valley. And I'm going to do the pedal car thing.
Pedal car thing.
Yeah, I told you about this. So there's 7 places across New York State. One of them's actually here in Penn Yan. But I'd like to go see some mountain scenery because I'm from this area. If you're not from this area, definitely come here and check it out. Go around the Finger Lakes. They take old, disused train tracks and they make this car that you sit on and you actually pedal it. And it's about 7 to 14 miles on average of track, you know, going down and back. And basically it just gives you scenic views of nature and whatnot, the whole area. And right now with our leaves changing, it would be fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And there's a few tracks that I looked up that go over these bridges that like go over the Susquehanna River, and there's one that goes over the Hudson River. But yeah, so we're gonna do that here soon. But anyway, I suppose we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, we'll wrap up today's show. Thanks for listening, guys. This is the Phone Tap with Unc and the Burnouts. See you next time.